All right, roller booters, super special guest today for sure. Someone, the cliche sort of intro here, someone who really doesn't need any introduction. Arguably the best skater in the world, Julien Cudot. Julien, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on, man. And I know your time is reasonably limited, so I want to jump right in and start talking about Footmoon. Over on footmoon.com, I have the comment pinned in the live chat, but this is a project of a VOD and a full like documentary, about 30-minute documentary that, if I'm not mistaken, you guys took about 10 months to film over all throughout Mexico. Is that right?
Almost. That's a documentary about 30 minutes, 26 minutes exactly, but it
Mhm.
has been recorded in only 1 month. One month
Oh.
days. 1 month. I mean, yeah, one live month. While I was in Mexico, by the end of 2022, like
Mhm.
right after the World Championship in Buenos Aires in Argentina,
Mhm.
I flew to I flew to Dallas for Carriers Open. That was
Right.
the first Carriers Open.
Yep.
And after that, I joined my friend who made this documentary, Vincent Romain Tigrou. I joined him in Mexico. He's French, living in Mexico for years now. And he asked me like months before if I was down to come around and that he would like to make a documentary about me and skating. And I was about to go to South America after Dallas anyway, so I just linked it up all this way to make it possible to go Mexico first instead of South America. And I started my trip by Mexico in 1 month. I was like, "You're gonna do your thing. I'm not promising that I'm gonna skate enough good for you to do what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do, but
Right.
you can film me, and I agree for you to do your project about me, and I'm down. I'm pumped about it." And in the end, as it's always happened when I start having one or two good street clips, I start thinking about a full section. So that's what happened. Like we shooted one or two good street clips on the first days, and then I was like, okay, I want a good street part at the end of this documentary. So that's when I started to have a lot of interest in this project.
Yeah, that I tell you, I've watched it at least 3 times so far, and
Oh, that's a lot.
it's yeah, it's amazing. It's super fun. It's cool to see. It's cool to see like the personal interaction. It's fantastic to hear about your inspiration and how long you've been skating in your family, and like the alcohol and the girls and this and that. It's super fun, and then just like you said, the skating in it. Oh my God, Julian, that skating is outrageously good, dude. Holy
Thank you
cow.
very much. I appreciate it a lot, especially that as it was not, my own project, and I didn't know the first time I saw it what it was going to be about. Expect that it was going to be a documentary. I was kind
Mhm.
of surprised, and I was like, I mean, it's good. It's me, so I can't disagree with it. I like it, but I don't know how people's gonna take it. And my friend was pretty confident, and I was liking the way he did it, so I was okay. Let's go for it. And then we had a lot of feedback, like you just said. So I'm like really happy how it turned out, and really happy about what he did.
Yeah, no, it's super fun. It's always fun. I just like anyone else, I love an amazing street section or any kind of section. But what I love more is like honestly, getting to know the skater a little bit more and getting to know some of the backstory when you were talking towards the end about that one of your ender tricks that you're so relieved that you're able to do it. Stuff like this is absolutely bonkers. But I
Yeah,
love seeing the behind the scenes type stuff too, which this gives a lot of, and I love it. So it's great.
yeah, I know. A lot of people told me about that. That's not my specialty. Like when I'm thinking about skating, I'm thinking about section and tricks and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So I'm happy he had this idea and proposed it to me because I won't do this kind of project if I mean it won't come from myself. It has to come from a friend of somebody who would say I have an idea. Would you be down to do it this way? And then let's go. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm pretty happy about this opportunity.
yeah, and the production quality is so good. I mean, truly, the editing and the filming, specifically this part in the video. I just remember the cut, like the transitions on this half cab topsole, I call it, or in spin
Yeah,
topsole
that's a
here.
great one.
But really cool editing and filming on that one. And this monster right here, man. This big kink. I mean, oh, and that too. Oh my God, the tricks you did on this reel are outrageous. Um, but that's a monster. Did you ever skate Dallas Kink in San Diego, the big kink trail?
Yeah, man, it's actually I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They're kind of look alike, but this one is like a Mexican one, like with kind of a drop, with kind of a shitty ground,
right.
shitty run up.
Yeah.
But it makes me think about it as well, and it's funny because I was talking about Dallas Kink like 30 minutes ago in my bathroom. I was writing something for one magazine, so I'll be talking about Dallas Kink Rail soon on the internet as well, because I was there not a long time ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a story about it as well.
Oh, I can't wait. You, I feel bad asking, but you didn't. There's no clips, right? Because I haven't seen you on Dallas Kink yet. So you got something to show us later, then maybe.
Yeah, but way later. There is something like sooner, pretty soon, but it's gonna be like pictures and interview stuff. But the proper clip we come way later. I'm working on a bigger worldwide project, but it's gonna take years if it's gonna come to an end at some point. So,
wow,
but we will see.
Yeah, no, that's super exciting. I can't wait because I was super pumped just to do a topsoil on that rail. That was like a dream come true for me. So I can't wait to see
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. This rail is the best and the worst because it's so nice. It's such a good feeling. It's so iconic. It's a good run up, good landing, good area. Everything's good about it. But it's a beast. It's long. It's big.
It's long.
It takes a while. It takes a while.
Yeah, so, I think that's the thing. I don't want to go down this whole tangent, but a lot of the angles they show don't show just how long the thing is. It's so long.
Yeah, and how much it turns quite a lot as well, and every skater knows that balance is something, but balance on a curving rail or ledge is something else. It's nothing to compare with like straight up balance rail.
Absolutely. Oh my God, there's so many, and you got the kink in there. So anyway, a little side tangent on Dallas Kink. I love that rail. It's always been on my bucket list. Well, cool, man. I can't wait to see that. So Foot Moon, $15. You can rent it. Where do we go? You can rent it for 10, buy it for 15. If I'm not mistaken, 50% of all proceeds go to you. If I'm not mistaken, I saw that on the website anyway.
What did you say? I think that's what I didn't saw it right anywhere, but I think that's what we get agree on by talking like 50-50. So I think that's it.
Okay,
I didn't even saw that. Good.
Yeah, good. It's actually like a little like thing you can get rid of. So I don't know.
Yeah, I always get rid of this. Like, hey, don't bother me. Like.
Yeah. So you just mentioned it, but so filming for Foot Moon here. You said it was it just one? How many months? Was it 1 month of skating, of actual skating?
Yeah, 1 month of skating, day by day, every single day.
Right. Goodness gracious, this is
1 month, maybe six different cities in Mexico, 5 days, 1 week in each, and back to back. That was amazing.
Do you have a favorite part of that experience? That 1 month, was there a favorite one that really stands out to you?
I think I loved the most my time in Monterrey city. It's not the most famous city as a tourist or even skating city, but I don't know. That's where I had the best connection with skaters, and I think also where I've shooted some of my favorite tricks from the section, included the big ass kink rail that we were comparing to Dallas Kink Rail, and this one, the Rhine and Truskin Sul. This one, I was kind of upset about it because I spent whole day trying my trick. I finally landed, and it was one of the hardest tricks I've ever done on the street. So I was so happy. But then after that, I learned that there was actually not a street rail. It was built there for a street comp, but it was building by skaters. So I was like, that's not even a street spot.
Oh no! And no one would ever. I would have never guessed that unless you told me.
Yeah, because it's actually even a little bit harder than this because it's not steep, but it's going down, and I waxed it too much, as I almost do every time. So I was going too fast and still had to sticking with it. But it's still an amazing, perfect raid, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's just a little bit faster than it looks like.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it's always the street spots when you see it on camera. You're like, it always looks easier on film or whatever. So once you get there,
Yeah.
this monster, Topsoul back salve. What do you call these? What would you call this trick you just did? Actually, let me.
I say Topsoul to back savannah.
Okay.
Or to backside. Yeah, no, back savannah. Yeah, that's what I say.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't an alley-oop Unity guy. I just wanted to make sure.
No, but at some point I thought it was an American thing. Like, it's not. It's just about people. It's not about continent, right? So you say in backside savannah as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Who say? I mean, is it just like random different people, or you think it's about continent or?
Oh no, I totally think it's regional, and like we stream all the time here on this channel, and it's almost always a topic of discussion, like trick names and arguments over different trick names, and I truly do think it's regional, kind of region specific, where you grew up, what your friends called it. But I think it's an argument that's just going to exist forever into perpetuity. But I think it's fun in a way.
What about the back Misreal misfits?
Yeah, like I don't see as much. What else is there? Chat, help me out. What other ones do you argue about a whole bunch? I'm having a brain fart here, but
like full talk, backside far from again.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like what? A big one is like not in spin out spin, but like half cab, full cab. Can you full cab a royale or a groove, stuff like that.
Even blindside.
Yeah, like
I was talking about it a lot during this trip in America with my friends, Fritz and stuff, and I think we still didn't get agree or solve the problem. It's like, what is a blindside again? For me, it's like the opposite way of half cab. It's going fakey and just the opposite way of the half cab, but it doesn't make sense in a blind sign way. So we were not sure about it.
Yeah, no, it's always funny. It's like for a long time I was like, man, we need to just settle on something and all agree. And at this point, I'm almost like, hey, let's just continue disagreeing. Like, let's just keep this little goofiness going. But anyway, yeah. So again, Footmoon, Julien Cudot here, 27-minute documentary filmed over 1 month in Mexico, $15. The link is pinned in the live chat right now. So head on over, support them. Half of all proceeds go to Julien. They also have a whole bunch of merch, a whole bunch of other cool stuff to check out.
Right,
so definitely go. Yeah, right. There you go. There you go. Case in point. I
was shared between putting on my Footmoon or my Jumbo or my Cymatics shirt tonight.
Oh, let's go.
I went for Footmoon.
Yeah, I have my Cymatics right here. We're gonna be giving these away. So what is, I feel bad asking, but what is your relationship with Cymatics at this point?
I mean, it's owned by one of my best friends, Fritz Peisner.
Yep. Right.
And Jordan and Josh Lewicki, who are a close friend too.
Wait, are you talking about Carrier's Skate Shop?
No, Cymatics. Oh, here you go. I got mine too, not so far. Don't go there.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, so the man in charge of Carriers, he's also in charge of Cymatics with Jordan and Josh Lewicki.
Yep.
And they're all my friends, especially Fritz. And I mean, those two last years, I've had the opportunity to hang a lot around Dallas and Texas. And yeah, I just started to skate the wheels. My last contract with the other brand of wheels I was sponsor Hand Up, so I might go on Cymatics with nothing official right now, but stay tuned. There's a lot to come about it pretty soon as well.
Yeah, that's exciting because I saw kind of some intermingling with while you were here for Dallas for the Carriers, the last Carriers Open here just a couple months ago or whatever it was. Time flies, man. Oh my gosh. But yeah, hey, because I've seen you in person at both Carriers Opens, and it's always mind blowing what you do. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you, bro.
You know,
did pretty good. You did pretty good too at Carriers Open. You won the jumbo shit.
oh, I need my.
And
I don't have my trophy here right now, but
oh, I
thank
want to
you.
see that. But I'm so happy I didn't enter because at some point I was kind of close to enter the comp,
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, maybe I don't take the risk. And
yeah, yeah.
then I saw you fucking killed it, and I'm happy I didn't because actually I'm pretty good at how do you say, like, when you have to drink in one way, you know, like you did with
Like
milk.
chugging or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
I'm pretty good at
chugging.
it. So
Yeah.
but I hate milk, but I'm good at it. So I would have gone for it. I
Right.
would have tried. I mean, as hard as you did, and I wouldn't have felt good for the rest of the competition. So I'm happy I didn't, and I probably would have taken second because you fucking killed it.
Well, I appreciate that. That's if I can't win in skating, I'll win in chugging milk, I guess, and trying to skate backwards. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't because I was puking in the bushes like 45 minutes after that. So
Oh my god.
probably wouldn't be a good competition pre-workout or pre-drink
Oh
there.
gosh.
So you know, we compiled. So actually, chat. We're gonna go through just a little bit of questions here, but then we're gonna open it up to live chat questions here in a little bit. And so I'll let you know when we open it up. But so a lot of people have asked about skating freestyle because you skate freestyle with no wheels in the middle, no axles, no nothing. What was kind of the inspiration for that? How did that come about?
For this, I think it's not about inspiration. It's just about I found out very long time ago when I was kid and started to try some different stuff. Like, because when you're a kid, you just skate your skate as they come from the box, with same wheels, 8 wheels, everything, original frame, blah blah blah.
Right.
But then growing up, you start changing the wheels, changing the frame, stuff like that. Then I discovered freestyle, and since that, I just never went back to 8 wheels. I was skating freestyle for a while, and then I don't know why I came to skate some Light ground control, but just without anti-rocker, and that's where I found my piece, if I can say. I mean, it's just that it's the easiest way for me, so I'm just trying to get things the easiest I can to not have to focus too much and be able to focus on doing more technical stuff like that.
Sure.
Paying the price of maybe losing a little bit of speed, but I still know how to get speed, so I'm
sure
gonna
do.
stick with it for now. I tried when skating flat starting to be a very main thing again, and everybody was talking about that. I gave it a try a few years ago, but I didn't like it at all, and I know I can get used to pretty much everything, but I'm not patient. If I don't enjoy straight away, or I'm not good even a little bit straight away, I won't be patient. So I just get back to my other setup.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I like the feeling of rolling around on flat, but I just don't have as much confidence riding flat on grinds personally. But
Yeah.
so oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying I got the point totally that it must be easier to get faster. That it must be more comfortable as well. But to be honest, it's not so much an aspect of why I am skating. I don't. It's funny, but I don't really attach skating with rolling. For me, it's about to flip, to jump, and to grind
Yep.
a lot. So I'm never the guy who's gonna hang by skates just because it's easy to roll or stuff like that. Maybe it's because I only have 4 wheels and small ones. But if I gotta hang somewhere and go fast, I would take a bike or metro or a car or whatever,
Yep.
So yeah, but for me, that's just two different things, like roll fast and aggressive inline, from how I'm seeing it.
Sure. No, I'm with you. And you said you're typically on, what is it, 64, famous 64s ish?
Yeah,
64 millimeter?
That's what I was for a while. I even was 68 at some point for when
Yeah.
I was skating a lot of his skate park comps and stuff like that. Because it's not about going way faster, but it's easier to keep the speed, and you don't need to push that much. So that was a good in between, with the fact of having only 4 wheels, but still big wheels. So I just have to to give it a few good push, and then I'm keeping my speed. I can keep my speed after landing, stuff like that. So that was a good deal for skate park competition and stuff like that. And it was working on the street as well, but they got destroyed pretty fast on the street. So that's when cymatics come into the scene, and that's when I started skate cymatics on my last trip in USA, and I started ripping those for street skating, and that's what I'm skating now. So really old style of street skating wheels, like I guess 59 or 60 and 98 or 88A.
So do you switch between the 80? Are you typically on the 88s or the 90s, just depending on?
I'm on the one that you showed in person right before. The Carriers one.
Oh, you're on this. Oh, you're on the on the drug receipts cymatics ones.
Yeah, I'm on this. I'm on this for a while because I got a 2 or 3 set of them, brand new set of them.
Oh yeah, well why not, man? Why not? Shout out cymatics, dude. That's a big kind of endorsement there. So shout out Fritz and Glowwiki with cymatics here. That's great.
Yeah, they're doing good.
I love the wheels, man. I love them a lot. I have some other ones that I have for my flat setup that I absolutely love. Okay, so we came up with some other questions here. And I'm just gonna kind of so this one's kind of a big one right off the cuff here. So from Tay, it's not my job, man. He says, if Julien were to be picked up as a pro, are there any companies he has a preference for that position?
Yeah, to be honest, that would be Razors, because that's the only big, famous brand that I tried recently and that I straight loved it. I mean, as I was saying before, I know I could get used to pretty much everything which is at least decent. But when they lost my Salomon in Mexico 2 years ago, I had to the luggage company, the airplane company, lost my luggage with my skates.
Yep, I remember that.
So somebody gave it to me. Not give it to me, but let me borrow his razors for the session. And there was not even new razors, that was his. So, but I was so surprised. I felt in my skates straight away. And I pretty much enjoyed it. And after that, there is the manager from Razors from South America, from Brazil, who reached to me and gave me a pair. So I have the same one, was Genesis. And I was so surprised how good I felt in those. So I was even scared to go back to my Salomons when I get back to France. But I was like, no, I'm sticking there. I'm staying there. So I have a lot of pair of Salomons home. So that's what I did. And then I tried some new plates with the adapt plates on the Salomon, and then it felt so good again. And that's where I'm sticking in. But yeah, if I had to pick one, I would go with the one I know is good for me. As a skates, and that would be Razors for now. But to be honest, I haven't been trying so many other brands of skates, so might have some others that suits me good, but don't know.
Yeah. No. Wow. Yeah. Thank you for that answer. Because I remember seeing you. They were Genesis and not SLs, right? They were the Genesis boot.
They were Genesis, but the guy from Brazil, from Razors, Rafael, he was telling to me like, yeah, I love the Genesis, but maybe you should try the SL. They're really good. But I was like, hey man, I just tried the Genesis. They were perfect. So I trust you. Maybe it would be even better, but I'm gonna go with a sure value. But I listened to him for the liner as well, at least, and we put the SL liner into the Genesis. That was a Nicolas Roux liner.
Yep.
That's a SL, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was a very good combo.
Ooh. Oh, I thought you were gonna grab it. You don't have your setup nearby, do you?
Yeah, I thought about it at the same time. I was grabbing water.
Let's go. Yeah. That's what I thought you were grabbing.
I'll show you.
Let's go. Oh, I love setup
setups. This is the Solomon's area.
The Solomon. How many pairs of Solomons do you own, Julien?
Actually, I just get rid of 2 that I was not using, that I probably won't use. So I just get rid of 2, but I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 Salomon, and I got 2 in the south of France, plus mine. That's 7, and that was the Razor setup.
Yeah. I will say you look pretty. You looked confident on the Genesis boot with those clips I saw for sure.
Yeah, I loved it. I was so surprised because I know that even with my Salomon, when I change my pair of Salomon, I still need one session to start feel very good inside. But with the razors, I was feeling straight away in my skates. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
What sole plates do you have on the Solomons? Those aren't a symmetric sole plates, are they? What are they?
A
Are they
what?
the sole plates on your Solomons? Are those custom? Are they
They are
symmetrics?
adapt.
Oh, they are this symmetric. Okay, yeah.
What did you say?
Oh yeah, no. You answered my question. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there is adapt. I go from subtract or adapt.
Okay, I got you.
Subtract is the guy I think from Australia who's doing sole plates only for Salomons, and he's doing pretty good. And I thank him by the way because he's been sending me a couple of them. And I've been trying adapt plates on Salomon as well, which is a little bit harder to put on the Salomon because they're obviously not made for that. So you gotta work on those. But once you manage to do that, it kind of worth it. Like it's such a big groove and a lot of space, good material. It makes me think about how easy it is to grind with razor plates.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, those I've skated the adapt soles and yeah, they're great. Zach Smith asks, does Julien blade full time as his only source of income, or do you have any other sources of income? Pretty personal question. Feel free not to answer if you're uncomfortable with that.
No, for sure. Yeah, I'm skating full time, and that's my only in way of income is mainly skating competition and shows. And I've been had a few sponsors contracts those last 3 years, but it was only 6 months, 1 year contracts and pretty small budget, but that was still some surely income. And I had this help from the state as well that you get in France when you're like not having a casual job. You get a help from the state, which is like 500 bucks, 500 euros, which is a little bit more a month. And yeah, that's it. I've been teaching inline skating as well for a few years when I get back from injury 5 or 6 years ago. And then I did pretty good for during those 2 years of teaching. I was doing the competition as well, and I did pretty good. So I was like, okay, now I can allow myself to stop teaching for a while and try to keep living only from skating competition, videos, shows, and stuff like that while I can. And as soon as the motivation get down or the performances get down, or just, I don't know, I just need to do something else, I will go back for the skating lessons at least until I have another plan.
I got you. Well, I'll be first in line for the skating lessons when you're doing them again.
Actually, maybe we might do some in Dallas next year around carriers and stuff like that.
Like a maybe blading camp, or just with you, just through.
Yes, I nothing of else, but we just started discuss about it. So I'm not even sure if there would be like a blading camp which is already involved in that and did it with Niels 2 years ago. Or if it's something different just because of my presence there, if I stay around, or maybe both, or one or the other. I don't know, but I'm sure we're gonna sort it something out with Fritz again.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you back in Dallas, man.
Hey, I don't know if you know. Sorry to interrupt, but I don't know if you know, but I'm so happy that I've been back to Texas those last 2 years because actually everything started for me in Dallas. People might not know about it, but I turned pro in Plano, so close to Dallas, in Eisenberg, famous skate park at the ASA Amateur World Championship.
Right, I remember you saying that in Foot Moon. Were you 14? Was it 14 years old? You were
13.
13 years old, turning pro. Let's go, man. Never look back and just killing it. Yeah, no, thank you for sharing that. It's incredible. And then I remember you saying you're the skater you've taken the most inspiration from over the years, and even to this day, is who?
Brian Aragon, but you know about it.
Yeah, I already know about it, so I'm just asking, But yeah, Aragon, And you can definitely see, I feel like, we were talking about this yesterday in the live stream we were doing yesterday, but we could definitely see like a lot of the big spins to grinds. It makes sense that you took inspiration, or you take inspiration from Aragon. So
yeah, but I think Brian Aragon has been my favorite forever, because more than all the spins to grind and stuff like he does, it's clearly doing so many different things, like to me is for example, Hafi is kind of the same, is on the same level, but I never had the same how do you say, like Brian is my favorite because he's doing things I won't think about, because I won't be able at all to do. I'm not saying I'm able to do what Chris doing, but I know how he thinks, because it's same kind of tricks or way of doing. But Brian Aragon is like totally different to me, and there's plenty of things that even if I think about that, I would not be able at all to just figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's why it was always been my favorite, and the style as well, like so clean and so.
Oh yeah, just textbook. Sean Carter, thank you for the $10 super chat. What's your Julien? What's your favorite style of competition to compete in?
Jam session.
Jam sesh.
Yeah, jam session has been my favorite forever, and that's one more reason I'm so happy about how it turned out in the USA those last 2 years, and there's many a couple of competition coming back, or just opening and being jam session format as it was back in the day.
Gotcha. Chat, we're gonna go ahead and open it up to questions. So in the live chat, if you would, just so I don't miss it, type all caps question, and then type your question after that so I don't miss it. So thank you. And thank you, Sean, for the $10 super chat. Do you like do you kind of like park or street comps more?
Comps?
Yeah, competitions. Yeah.
I like park competition more. Yeah. It's just way more safer. I mean, I have much more respect, and I'm much more proud when I do big shit on the street, because it's fucking harder to me. I come from the skate parks, so I can do shit on the streets, but I gotta be focused 100%, and it's asking me way more. So yeah, even if I can do shit on the street, I'm not so confident about street competition. But that's one thing I want to give it a go this year, because I started feel to be ready for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I am terrible at ramps, so I prefer street comps, but that's just me. Oh, sorry. Daniel asked, any plans to come to North Carolina for Crowder Power in April? Any plans for Crowder Power?
You know what? I'm just gonna write it down on my book right now, because I've been trying to make a planning and write down all the comps that's happening in the USA during the summer, but April is interesting too. Do you know what date?
Ooh, April. Daniel, can you follow up in chat with what day? I'm not sure what date it is. Or can someone follow up in chat with the date?
Or just what is his name? Daniel? Yeah, Daniel, if you can just send me a text message on Instagram, I would appreciate it.
Sam, my buddy Sam asks, what events are you looking forward to the most this year?
I won't lie, Winter Clash again. Winter Clash has been, and I think would remain for now the favorite in my heart. That's where I started as well to compete as a pro. I turned pro in Dallas in 2006, and in 2007 I was like, okay, so now I have to enter a competition as a pro, And one of the first competition I went was Winter Clash 2007 in Mulhausen. And I was like, I was still a kid, but I was like, I'm pro now. I have to enter in pro, and that was crazy. Yeah. And I mean, a lot of people are saying, yeah, Winter Clash is not the same as before, blah blah blah. But of course, nothing is the same as before. But it's still fucking uncomparable to any other event. Like the vibe is still the same, and the format is still the same. They're still building new obstacles each year, so to me, it's just a good evolution. It's amazing.
Yeah. I'll be there. I'll be there rooting you on, cheering you on.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm competing in amateurs. I'm competing in juniors if they'll let me, but amateurs probably. So.
Be careful,
Um,
those juniors are great over there.
yeah, no, I don't stand a chance in either, but it'll be fun either way. I'm just trying to do a couple hot dogs and some quirky grinds is my plan.
Hey,
Did you ever compete in any IMYTAs from Sean here?
not at all. I didn't even had the chance to witness the one in Paris, because one happened in Paris in Bercy when I skated a lot when I was younger. But I think I was what what year was the one in Paris?
Ooh.
2003.
I'm probably not the best one.
I think I was just starting skating at the time, or already skating at the skate park and stuff.
You're right. It's
But
'03. Yeah, it's
but I
'03.
was not into the scene at all. I didn't know shit about street, even about street. I think I was just my local skate park, which was a big indoor skate park, So here we have a bunch of friends, but I only started to pay attention and know there was something else with I think Cudot was the first street thing I saw, but I was still not into it a lot. I started to pay attention to street and go on the internet with a KFC3 straight jacket.
Yeah,
So I
that's a
think
good
the
one.
EMI time in France was before that.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah, Straight Jacket, iconic video. All right, last couple questions here. I know we don't have a whole lot of time left. I'm just gonna kind of skim through these and see. Yeah, so this one, we've talked about this a little bit. Your hand and wrist, you damaged it. That you wear your guard. What's kind of yeah, what can you speak on that a little bit in terms
Yeah,
of that?
that's it exactly. I mean, um, yeah, being younger, my wrist was hurting, but it was not like after a straight fall. It was just like, oh, my wrist is hurting those days, so I'm just gonna wear a protection. So that's what I did for months and months, but it was not going away. So then I went to the doctor. They do a IRM and stuff like that, and they say, okay, so you got a broken scaphoid. Scaphoid is a very tiny ball in the middle of the hand, right there. Exactly,
Yeah,
you know about it.
I
And
broke it
they say,
myself.
but it's not just broken. It's like how do you say it in English? Necrosis, like
Oh, yeah, necrosis. Yeah, Necro
getting dying. It's a
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we can't fix it by itself. So we gotta take a piece of your hip bone. So
Yep.
yeah, we probably can't see here, but I got a little scar. They took a piece of my bone of my hip to rebuild the scaphoid with screws and stuff like that. But even with the surgery, you got to do a very good rehab and physiotherapy and stuff like that because it's a tiny bone. So it's hard for the blood to go back there and the bone to get back to life.
Right.
And obviously, I was still young and not so focused and serious. So I didn't do the physiotherapy pretty well. So it never came back to life. And I started skating again with this kind of cast area, which is an ortho orthopedical orthesis. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Orthopedic orthesis.
Orthopedic, yeah, like a orthopedic, yeah.
Orthopedic orthesis, exactly. That you
Yeah,
made they made it on your own body and the clinic for basically old people. They do like
yeah.
for the hips stuff like that.
Right.
I skated with that for a while, and then a few years ago, when I wanted to get my shit back together and start to be healthy again, I went back to the doctor, do a new IRM, and he said, "Oh man, actually, I'm not touching it." The surgeon tell me this way, like he said, so basically the bones stick together at the right place because of the other piece of bone and the screws that are in, they're sticking in together at the right place,
Right.
but it's never came back to life. It's like there's no blood inside, it's dead.
Yeah.
If you fall on this, it's just gonna explode.
Yeah.
So I'm not touching it because it's gonna be too much a struggle. We're gonna have to to work on the bones all around and get it worse, and it won't worth it because you probably won't get a better use of your hand that you got now, and it would be like 1 month out of skating and everything. So it doesn't worth it. I'm not touching it. I suggest you to keep skating with your wrist guard and pray it for last 10 years. That's what he said to me word by word.
Yeah.
And it's almost 10 years now, so thank God.
There we go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, so maybe last question. We're we're almost right at 40 minutes, so I know you got to go here soon.
It's all
Some from Slim Skady, supporter of the channel here. What are your long-term plans in 10 years? Do you see yourself working in product development or your own company, ambassador roles, still promoting the sport, teaching, for example? So 10-year, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I don't make such long-term plans. Actually, I just surprised myself this year starting to make a one-year plan and stuff like that, which is already kind of new for me.
Yeah.
But to say it like more or less, in 10 years, I would love to have achieved most of my goals in skating and be able after that to focus on poker and be able to make a living from poker, even win a shit ton of money with that. I mean, it's not about winning just tons of money, but just having access to the biggest tournaments, like the very expensive buy-in, the very biggest table, the famous stuff, the playing the famous players and stuff like that. And I don't have a plan of a special company or something, but I got many ideas of products I'd like to design, especially clothes. So yeah, there's ideas. I'm not rushing for any of them because right now my focus, my brain and my body is into skating. I mean, just skating, like basically skating, and yeah. But I let the ideas in some part of my head. I know they're growing. I know they're gonna go out when it's gonna be the right time or not. And yeah, that's it.
Cool. Yeah. No, I think
poker, clothes, and yeah, videos and skates.
There we go. There we go. Anything we didn't cover today that you want to talk about, Julien?
Not really. I'm happy we talked a little bit about Footmoon, which is my main present project. I got another big one coming out in a few weeks, actually. It's another VOD. It's shared with my friend Diego Guillou from Switzerland. And that's another street project.
Yes, love it. Love
and
it.
Footmoon is still there, available for a long time. I'm going to do some projection of the movie in some competition in France during the beginning of the season in March in Lyon, for example. I'm doing another in Paris in a few weeks at the association I was working with as a teacher before. So yeah, I learned with my first VOD that VOD is not like it's not so much similar as a YouTube project. Like you can't expect a big hype like straight on and like views going up. It's just more like a semi long-term project, and you just make it last, and yeah, just do the promotion and make it last as long as people are still talking about it and liking it. And then when it's going down and you don't make settings, you just make it for free, and it just the hype just keep going.
Yeah. Well, cool. Again, footmoon.com. Go check out Footmoon, the 27-minute documentary / skate section. Julien Cudot here absolutely murked it in that video. So go check it out. $15 to buy it, $10 to rent it. Half of all proceeds go directly to Julien. So go support him. And again, merch and other stuff on the website as well. So go check it out. So, all right, Julien, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, thank you very much, man. I appreciate you a lot for what you did and for having me. That was a very good talk. I always enjoy answer nice question and pleasant question with nice people. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. We'll have to do it again soon. And thank you all. Yeah, and thank you all for watching. Give the stream a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not. And Julien, have a good day, man. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good day. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you later.